You don't answer the door, honey.
The Zoom meeting today is August 9th, 2016, and we are glad you're joining us, whether it's on the recording or live. So this week we are in the middle of our Team Cup, so everybody who's on the Team Cup, keep going. You earn points, 12 points. So if you need help knowing what the points are on Team Cup team, no problem. You can still go along with us. I'm captaining one of our Team Cups, and I have added everybody to the Mission Dream Possible training. So if you're not in that, it's a go at your own pace training. So that's really helpful. So if you are really ambitious, you can get through it in like a week. If it takes you longer, you can do it in 3 months. You know, set up as a 30-day training. So you can, if you're not in that, let us know. We can add you to that as well. We have a lot of challenge pack promotions this month. There's tons of them on sale, all the popular programs. So if you think of any of them, they probably are on sale. And there's a whole list of them in our team group that has been shared already. And let's see, other announcements. We are set to start our Country Heat launch group next Monday. There's been some discussion about whether we should postpone that to the following week, just because there's a lot of people that haven't really even started promoting it yet. So I wanted to talk about that tonight, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we do have that coming up. And then there was some confusion with the Summer Meltdown Challenge group. I guess a lot of us on our team started a free No Junk in the Trunk group, and a lot of people got them mixed up. So some people joined that thinking it was a challenge and added their people to it. So anyhow, there's been a lot of confusion. So with the Summer Meltdown Challenge, we're going to officially launch it next week, even though it was supposed to launch last week. That way we can kind of restart it, and then anyone who has anyone to add to that, they just need a Beachbody workout in Shakeology or the Beachbody Performance line to join. And then we'll kind of just start fresh. I know that the Get Fit for Summer group that we were running that was supposed to end like over a week ago, people are still posting in there. And a lot of that's my own fault because I've been so busy. I haven't had a chance to transfer my customers. So I'm going to be moving people into that new one, and you guys can do it too, and then we can kind of start fresh. So things were a little bit chaotic the last couple weeks, and then I apologize for that. It's hard to be in the middle of a move, but I appreciate Rachel and everything that she's done to kind of take over the team, so thank you to her for doing that. Is there any other announcements that you can think of, Rachel? I know you went over a lot. If you didn't catch the recording from last week, she went over a ton of announcements that were announced at Summit. So make sure you go over that recording because there's a lot of really exciting stuff coming out, a lot of new announcements. So make sure you go over that. Anything else to add? Nope. So really quick before we start our discussion tonight, I wanted to ask you guys, so with the Country Heat launch group, do you think we should start on Monday? Do you guys want to postpone it a week? What do you guys think? What would be best for you guys?
I think it's good to postpone it. I know Heidi and I are working on starting a free challenge next week.
Okay.
And so it'd be easier if we did it the week after so we could spend next week.
Yeah, promoting that one.
I agree. I like that idea too.
Okay, so if Monday's the 15th, so we'll start the 22nd, or should we even postpone it another week and do the 29th? I don't want to do it too much longer just because there's a couple people who have already gotten the program and they're like, oh, I'm waiting forever. But, you know, I want to make sure that the team has time to promote it. If we did the 22nd, that's still almost 2 weeks away. So I think that's plenty of time.
Yeah, and they can always jump in with the 30-day free trial. They can always do it online if they.
Yeah, that's a good point. So you could actually sell it to them up till, you know, the day that we start, and then they could just do the digital version till theirs comes in the mail. So.
Yeah, and we don't want to do it too late because we're doing the. Are we still set to do the contest, the Biggest Slim Down contest?
That's actually something I needed to talk. I haven't been able to sit down with the developer and just see where everything is. The thing I'm concerned about is that we have that Beachbody health bet starting on the 5th, and I'm almost positive that if we do it at the same time, it's going to be confusing. You know, so we'll have like half the team doing one thing, half the team doing the other thing, and I don't know if we could run them simultaneously. Like we're talking like, well, maybe we could do it at the same time, start at the 5th. which would be a week earlier, but I'm not sure how that would work if everyone's using the app to do the thing. So, you know what I mean? Like, it would be kind of hard logistically.
Yeah,
So,
if we didn't use the website this time, we could probably make it work because people could still use the app for their challenge groups. And then they would still have to check in with their coaches, but the coaches would have to go in and update the points and the weight and the weigh-in.
so it would be a lot more work on the coach's part.
Yeah,
So,
you know what? I don't know if you had this the last time, like when we did the trial run, it was like I couldn't get anybody to do anything with the website. Like it's like they all of a sudden said, oh, I have to actually do it myself. Never mind. I don't want to do it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
So
I don't know.
anyhow, my issue is I've never gotten the challenge tracker app to work on my phone. I've tried calling Coach Relations 5 times. We've gone through all this trial and error, and they're like, I don't know. It works fine on my husband's phone. We have the exact same phone, so I don't know what's going on with it. But so I'm like, I don't even know if I could do it. Unless I got a new phone, which I don't know if I'm that committed. Sorry, guys. Get a new phone,
Honestly, I haven't even tried it. It just doesn't appeal to me, but I know I need to just do it.
Yeah. I actually really wanted to try it, but I haven't been able to. So anyhow, we'll kind of discuss it more, but that's the little problem with that. I was like, ooh, that's awesome that they're doing it, but I'm just kind of a little concerned that we'll like split the contest in half with the number of people because we'll be competing with that. So, all right. So tonight we wanted to talk about kind of the basics of our business. There's a lot of new coaches on our team, which, by the way,
Angie? No, I think we may have lost her. Heidi and Stacy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Can you hear Angie?
No.
Okay. She must have just froze.
I don't think her new house has as great of.
Yeah.
connection.
I don't even know where she was going, so I don't even know how to finish her thought. So
you're saying something about Heidi?
Oh, maybe she was just saying welcome.
Yeah, I think
Maybe.
that's where she was kind of going.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was weird.
That was rude. Okay, well, until she comes back on, I guess we'll just talk about what I was going to talk about. So this week, like I said earlier, Heidi and I are planning a free challenge for next week. So we're spending this week promoting our challenge. So we've both made our post on our walls. Heidi's already created her event. I haven't yet done that, but I think it'd be a good idea. I kind of feel like everyone on our team is a different place. Like nobody is on the same schedule. So I don't even know what everyone's planning on doing for the rest of the month. Like, do they have a plan or not have a plan? So if we can all, it's only Tuesday, so we have all the rest of this week to invite to a free challenge for next week, starting on Monday, a 5-day free challenge. So if we spend all this time this week promoting our challenge, inviting people, doing the public invite, and then messaging all of our friends, messaging everybody who is interested in our event, and then get that started next week, then we can do next week the free challenge. And then while we're running the free challenge, we can even start inviting those people to our Country Heat challenge group that's going to start on the 22nd. Or we can promote, they don't have to do Country Heat. We can have a Country Heat challenge group and then like an others challenge group. So it's not necessarily they have to pick Country Heat. If they want to do 21 Day Fix or size or whatever, we can just kind of talk to those people in our free challenge group and see what they're interested in, as well as other people who are not in our free challenge group. So give us a little bit more time to find people for our other challenge groups. So, Angie, we were just trying to fill time until you came back. So I didn't know where you were when you left off.
Sorry. I'm
thinking about Heidi and then you stopped.
Yeah. I was just saying, welcome to a new coach on our team, to Melissa.
Okay.
So sorry, thank you.
That's okay.
That's why I asked you to record it. I was like, oh, my internet's so unstable. I need to get it figured out here. But anyhow, yeah. And then I was just gonna say that we were gonna share. So
We're gonna. Oh no, I can't hear you.
I know. It's
Oh,
so in and
sorry.
out.
let's see. Here. Okay. Can you hear me?
Sorta. It's kind of choppy.
Okay. Sorry. Why don't you go ahead and do the call?
Okay. Okay, I'll do that. All right. So, yeah. So spend this week promoting the free challenge. Next week, run your free challenge. And the idea of your free challenge is to get about 30 or 40 new people. So you don't want the same people who've been in your past challenges, because then you're just talking to the same people who are saying no over and over and over. So the idea is to find new people. So if there are people who, if there are people who have joined your free challenge in the past, have them invite some friends to do it with them, so that you're getting at least some new people for your free challenge. Okay, and so what we wanted to talk about tonight was kind of going back to the basics and what we need to focus on each day with doing our business. And in order to, this is one of the things that they talked a lot about at Summit, is in order for your business to grow, you just have to do the same things over and over and over. You just have to be consistent. It's not anything huge. It's not really that time consuming. It's just being consistent. So let me see if I can share my screen here. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen? Yeah, okay. So if we go, right, this is what I like to pull up when I'm doing my power hour. It's something that Shannon posted in the training group of what to focus on. And you want to do it in this order. So you want to start off your day with doing your workout and drinking your Shakeology and reading your personal development, if you can. I know some people work full time, and so they can't get their workout in until later. But just make sure every day you're doing your workout, drinking your Shakeology, and reading or listening to your personal development. And then when you sit down to do your power hour, the very first thing you want to do is to meet 3 to 5 new people. So that's adding friend requests, or that sort of thing. So you're trying to add people to your network, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or your business page. Like, just add people so that you're having more people to talk to. So once you add the 3 to 5 new people, you can send the friend request, but don't just like randomly send it. Send it with a purpose. And even if you want to message those people that you're sending it to, so that you're trying to engage in a conversation and sort of introduce yourself to them so that they will accept your friend request. Because if you send out 20 friend requests and nobody accepts it, then you haven't really added anybody to your network. So the idea is you want to send out the friend requests with the intention of having 3 to 5 of those people accept it each day. And then once they accept it, go ahead and send them a message and just say, hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. I like to follow new moms on Facebook, and then give them a compliment or say something about something you saw on their page or something, just so that you kind of incorporate them into your message. So after you do your friend request, you want to go and compliment or get to know 3 to 5 people. So you can do this either by liking and commenting on their posts on their actual pages, or you can send them private messages So if somebody's daughter had a birthday, you can say, oh, I saw your daughter had a birthday. You know, that's so cute. Did she have a good birthday party? Or how old is she turning? Or, you know, just something to start a conversation and get people talking. So you want to do that next. And then after you meet people and compliment them and sort of start the conversations with them, that's when you want to start doing your invites. So you want to invite 3 to 5 people to your next fitness challenge. And it doesn't have to be the paid challenge. It can be the free challenge. So a good thing to do this week, if you're starting your free challenge next week, is to personally invite 3 to 5 people to your free challenge every day. Send them personal messages to invite them. And then, you know, once you get through the free challenge, you can start doing that with the Country Heat Challenge group or 21 Day Fix Challenge group or whatever else is going on. And then you want to try and inviting 3 to 5 people to learn about coaching a day is kind of hard. I'll admit that. If you can just do 1 a day, you're really good. But if you can shoot for about maybe 3 a week, 3 to 5 a week, then you should be okay. And then some weeks are going to be better for that, and some weeks are going to be kind of slow with that. So that one's a little bit, you know, you can kind of play around with that a little bit. It doesn't have to be exact. And then after you've done all of your inviting and you're talking to your people, then you want to talk to the leaders on your team. And I know a lot of us don't have a lot of business builders that are going for the business right now underneath us, except Angie. And so we need to just, if we do have business builders, make sure we're talking to them and checking in with them as much as, you know, we can. If you only have 1 or 2 business builders, it's easy to check in with them every day or every other day and say, hey, how's it going? Have you done your invites? Where do you need help with anything? Can I help you with any conversations? That sort of thing. You want to help your leaders develop their team so that they can be successful. And in turn, you will be successful. And then after you've talked to the leaders on your team, then you can talk to everybody else. And everybody else meaning your discount coaches, your customers, any messages that you have from people who are asking you questions about programs or challenge groups or whatever. All your other conversations are last. So you got to make sure you get the important things done first and then do your other conversations later. And if you can do this every day, it's going to take a while, especially if you're just starting out. But if you stay consistent with it, you'll find that people will start to seek you out, and people will invite their friends to join them. And you're just gonna, you're just kind of sorting through people to see who's a good candidate in your eyes for a customer and who's a good candidate for a coach. And, they may not think that they're a good candidate, but, you can still keep talking to them and encouraging them and providing value to them. And then maybe one day they will come around. So the point is just to be consistent with what you're doing every day. So if you don't have 1 hour to sit down and do it all at one time, that's okay. Like, just split it up. Take 20 minutes and meet your 3 to 5 new people and do your complimenting or getting to know 3 to 5 new people. Okay, let that be your first 20 minutes. And then maybe another 20 minutes later in the day, you can do your invites. And then after that, you can do like another 20 minutes. You can answer messages and talk to your leaders on your team and kind of break it up that way. You need to just make it fit your schedule, and however that is, just make it work for you. As long as it gets done every day, then that's all that matters. Okay, and I wanted to share Oh gosh, I should have had this pulled up. Hold on, let me see if I can find. Actually, I'm just gonna go. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go into our.
You're fine. While you're looking for it,
Okay.
hopefully I'll stay connected. I was just gonna say that's called the power hour that she was just talking about.
Oh yes.
So
Uh-oh. All right, here we go.
sit down and just kind of get it done real quickly as fast as you can. It really shouldn't take more than an hour. It could take even less than that. You just have to be focused with your time and try to eliminate those distractions. And even if you only have 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes here, you can do a little bit here, a little bit there. So if you just send out messages for invites and then friend requests for 10 minutes. And so I'll sit there on my phone, like when I'm feeding my baby, and I'll just send out, I'll say, okay, I'm just going to send out friend requests. Ding, 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 ding. I'll just do that for the 10, 15 minutes I'm sitting there. And then the next time I sit down, I'll answer messages. And so you don't necessarily have to do it all once, but having, that focused time and then having that list of what to do is very helpful, because then you're not sitting there at your computer, at your phone going, I don't know what to do. That's always the worst feeling when you don't know what you should be doing. So, and this, if you do this consistently, this is how you hit Success Club. So honestly, there's going to be sometimes you don't have time to do this and you're like, oh my gosh, like right now, like I was in the middle of a move, so I haven't done this for 2 weeks, but I'm still helping people and signing people up because I've done this consistently for years, months and months at a time and weeks at a time. And all those conversations I had years ago, months ago, weeks ago are coming back, and those people are ready now. And so that'll happen to you. Those conversations you have now will come up later. They'll be ready later. So it's really helpful to do this consistently.
Yeah. Okay, and then you can still see my screen, right? Because I can't see you guys. Angie.
Yeah, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is the Power of Three's daily power hour sheet. It's really cool to use because it's got everything in order. So it's got the 5 days of the week. And then like add to your network. Those are going to be your friend requests. So you can just write their names down as you go. And then you go down and build new relationships or add value to people. So, I mean, if you want to edit this and add, 2 extra spots to this so that they all say 5, do what you want to do, make it your own, but kind of follow this outline. So add to your network, build new relationships or add value to means, compliment or start new conversations with people. And then your invites, or if you're just starting off and you don't really have anybody to invite per se, then you can just plant seeds for future invites. And that just means, talking to people about whether they're into health and fitness or if they have any weight loss goals, or, just kind of getting to know people and kind of getting a feel of what they need. And then the present the business, this is where, there's only 1 spot for each day. So this is a good goal to have 5 per week is, inviting people to coaching. And then after that, you'll want to check in like your team page, your challenge groups, and your training. Check all of those groups. And then you want to check your back office. The back office is good to check every day because that's where you see, like, if you have a new customer that Beachbody has given you for free, and especially if they've just ordered something like Shakeology or a program or anything like that, then you can go and contact them, send them an email or text them or whatever method you want to use, and try and get in contact with them so that you can establish a coach-customer relationship with them, and you can hopefully help them with any of their questions. That doesn't necessarily mean that they answer. I have actually only had like 2 people ever answer me back. So don't be worried if you send your emails to your free customers and they don't respond back, but you still should send them and do your part. And then the third thing in this section is to check in with your own personally sponsored coaches. And that could be like, definitely check in with your business builders first, but also check in with your discount coaches, see how their program's doing, see how they're liking their Shakeology still. just you want to stay in contact with them so that they don't end up canceling or, delaying their Shakeology or whatever, anything like that. So, and then you want to focus on your Facebook posts. There's only 3 spots here, but you should really do like 3 to 5 at least each day. And that's for your personal. And then also if you have a business page, to post on there too. And you can schedule your posts on your business page ahead of time. You can't do it on your personal page, but you can do it on your business page. So you may want to take that time just to schedule like the next day's posts or something like that, just so that your page is always active. And then your follow-ups are going to be following up with anybody you've already started a conversation with. So that's going to be like answering your messages, or, so-and-so was interested in 21-day fix and I sent her this video and she was supposed to watch it, but I haven't heard back from her. So let me go and see if she's had a chance to watch it and see if she's ready or something like that. So that's what your follow-ups are about. And then down here, this is where you're working on yourself. You do your workout, you do your Shakeology, you do your personal development, and then this is National Wake Up Call or a team video. So we have National Wake Up Calls on Mondays. We have our Team Aspire calls on Tuesdays. We have the new coach calls Wednesdays or Thursdays. I can't even remember right now. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, guys.
I think it's Thursdays. It's been going back and forth, but I think it's...
And maybe that's why I get confused. I think it just depends on whoever's the leader that week and when it's convenient for their schedule.
I think you're right. It's either one.
Yeah. So it seems like there's a call almost every day. So if you can't make it live, then go back and watch the recordings. And if there hasn't been a call, there's so many different videos that are posted in our Pure Results group, or if you want to, search on YouTube or go through our file section and watch past videos, just do something so that you're like learning, or at least putting all the information into your brain every day. So that's the power of 3s, the power hour sheet. And if you fill that in every day, if you're really good about filling in every day, then it'll kind of keep you accountable. And then you'll have all of those names written down of who you've talked to. So it'll be easier to go back and finish conversations or revisit conversations with people that you've talked to in the past. So I think that's all I have as far as that. Angie, did you want to add anything?
Nope, that's great.
How do I unshare this? Stop share. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, that was awesome. And I think, like we said, consistency is the biggest thing. And there's going to be some days you can do more and some days you can do less. But if you just aim for that many, then that's a good, ballpark.
Yeah. And if you fall short one day, then you can do a little extra the next day, or spread it out over the next couple of days or something, like do one extra invite the next 3 days or something like that. So there's a way for you to do it. Just kind of get into the ballpark range so that you're at least trying to advance your business.
Yeah. And do you mind sharing those 2 files to the group so that other people can access?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's cool. And having some kind of organizational system is super helpful, because when you're first starting, you're like, oh, I'll remember everyone that's interested, and you might have like 1 or 2 people at first, and it's not that hard. But as you get going and you're talking more, it gets really hard to remember who was that person interested in Shakeology 6 months ago. I don't really remember. So especially as you start running the free challenges. And what I do is I keep everything, and then like when we do a sneak peek into coaching or something, all those conversations that I had about coaching, I can just invite all those people really fast. So I'm not sitting there trying to rack my brain. Who do I invite? I can just open what I have, and it's all right there. And then also, like, if I'm trying to hit Success Club that month and it's the last week of the month, all those conversations I go back to, hey, you weren't ready then, but maybe it's now a good time. You had surgery 6 months ago. Are you ready to, get back into the swing of things or whatever? That those things really does help, having some kind of system. So definitely encourage that.
Yeah. And then when she was talking about when we have like a coach blitz or a sneak peek into coaching, you can go back and invite like all the people who have said no because they didn't have the money for it right then. You can invite all of them to just learn about the opportunity to see if it's something that they might want to do. So it's a good way, it's a good thing to keep track of who says no. And that's another thing, like, you know, we all are familiar, maybe not Heidi, but I'll talk to you about that later, but we're all familiar with that go for no sheet. So we can use those too when we're doing our invites to keep track of who is interested in what program and then what their objections are. So I think that's it.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. I appreciate your time. And does anyone have any questions about any of that? That was all a lot all at once. Nope. You guys are good? Anything to add? Anything that's helped you, Stacy, since you've been a coach for a little longer?
When I was really consistent, you know, I saw the effects of my business, and then I was gone for like 2 months and I didn't really do anything, and it showed. And now I'm back at square one trying to do it all over again. So don't give up, and when you think you're doing good, don't stop yourself. Keep going.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, do you have anything to add, Heidi? Thanks for joining us live. It was good to see your face. Cool. Well, welcome to the team. All right, thanks everyone for joining, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks, Rachel. You did
Okay.
awesome.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.